you will begin to see demos from the last Steam Next Fest as expected. Hundreds of demos all became available at the exact same time. It's a huge marketing opportunity for games galore. But as I have started this demo series, I've come to enjoy doing demos with drstclair instead of participating exclusively in the Next Fest. Why? For these reasons. When covering the Next Fest, it puts you on a deadline for remaining relevant. The last time I participated, life got in the way, so it took me a few extra weeks to get the video out. And after those few weeks, people had moved on. I didn't hit the wave of popularity. I also wasn't able to dedicate a lot of time to think about what I really thought about those experiences. I felt myself being limited by that time frame. And even worse, I wouldn't even finish the demo without moving on. I was doing a first take of a glimpse of a game that was supposed to be a first take. Plus, limiting each video to only 3 demos keeps me from overwhelming myself. As you may notice, there's a bit of delay compared to the Steam Next Fest. And that was because of my Best of 2025 video. But I wanted to get this out because of another video I have in the works. My most anticipated upcoming games. Cairn was a huge favorite of both Gaming in the Wild and his viewers. It drew to me because I have had an appreciation for rock climbing since I was a child. Rock climbing has been a modern trend with video games, seeing valley peaks, descent, and peak over the last few years. Rock climbing is a test of physical strength, stamina, and mental strength as you overcome a potential fear of heights. The games I mentioned before explore some of those same strategies of it digitally. Cairn looks at the rock climbing theme in a way that feels different than others. Like descent, it has you climbing in a slow, methodical way that rock climbers that scale actual cliffs instead of man-made gyms you would have. What Cairn does that makes it so different comes from Ava's flexibility and endurance. The demo opens with her doing the splits, showing how limber it is. This is pivotal to gameplay. Ava can stretch her legs to use as fulcrums to help her climb. With that, you can see her legs shake more the longer she uses it. Ava has to take breaths from overexerting herself, otherwise she topples down to where she started. This makes for her athleticism to be so part of the gameplay and the story. I know that you're trying to be the first to scale a particular mountain, setting up campsites to rest, eat, and socialize with other climbers, but as I was recording this video, OBS let me know that I had reached my memory limit for the laptop. Part of playing a lot of good games and recording B-roll for that end of the year video that I mentioned. Even without finishing the demo, Cairn has gotten majorly on my radar. It has a near future look at technology, blending it with the timeless activity of rock climbing. The colors are bright, while the filter on it gives it a grainy appearance. And you get invested in Ava's aspirations to be the first to reach the peak. I wanted to try Robo Catcher from Pixel Archipel, a duo of 2 brothers who have made some games together, some for sale on Steam, and others for sale on itch.io. For starters, Robo Catcher has some of the best art the brothers have done so far, or at least in my opinion. Robo Catcher has you moving around the land of District Amp 2020 Omega, catching hollow robos to collect. The distinct art of the robots is really cool, having different types. The most memorable are the ones closely linked to the main component of the game, baseball. When trying to catch them, instead of it being a probability chance like Pokemon, the robot moves around the screen as you try and catch it with the baseball mitt. You are looking to hit them a number of times before it is captured. Sometimes it will spawn fake robots to distract you like holograms. You only have a set number of times to catch them before they escape. My biggest critique of Robo Catcher is that the meat of the game is only the catching phase. After catching them, the only thing you can do is put your 3 favorites behind you. The rest sit in your inventory. For the final version of the game, I hope Pixel Archipel gives you more to do with your robots. Right now, other than appearance, type, and size, the different robots have no difference between each other. Catching them is fun, but if only catching Pokemon is what you had to do in the most famous creature collector, the series wouldn't have the longevity it has had. And I'm not suggesting that you go right to battling different robots with your own, but there are various different things you can do with them. Based on their own stats, they can be put into Olympic-style events, they could be for their own minigame. Right now, I am unsure what is a part of Robo Catcher alone that is enough for a full game. I like what it has right now, it just needs more to make it complete. Truckful is a game I was drawn to for two things. The colors of the image and trailer were very inviting, and I like the ideas of a rural setting and trucks. The protagonist is faceless, as you are stuck in the cab of the truck for a good portion of the demo. One thing I like about Truckful is it does not feel like a traditional driving game. There are 3D aspects like turning left and right, but it feels like a side-scroller. It makes the experience different from other vehicle-based games. And it plays a lot like a side-scroller too. If you crash the truck into a ditch on the side of the road, you respawn back to the checkpoint you drove past. What kind of bothered me is the things that would usually be a part of the driving game. When animals were in the way of your truck, they create an invisible wall instead of being things to avoid. I understand why they do that, but it didn't feel accurate in what I wanted. To sum up my thoughts, I liked it, but didn't love the demo for Truckful. I feel like the atmosphere, colors, and potential are all there. The execution just didn't land for me. Hoping to see more out of it when the full release hits.